Hey everybody, it's Ray, Two Drunk Brothers Garage. It's the next day after the video with Kenny and I taking Goldie with a drive after I got the steering wheel back together, and got insurance honored this morning and found a local tire shop that's got a set of Cobra tires, Cobras, I don't know, but I'm gonna go drop her off and get 4 new shoes on her. I'm probably gonna tell them to let me keep the old ones because I don't have a spare tire, so I'll keep maybe those BF Goodriches, throw one on a steel rim for a spare, but we're gonna take her in and get new shoes on her this morning. Registration, insurance in the glove box. And I was just having a thought, I think, because I'm gonna tell them to give me the BF Goodriches back. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pop the trunk and clear out my the trim pieces and the hubcap, stuff that I don't want damaged. I think I'll go ahead and set those over here on our trailer, just so this stuff isn't getting damaged. And I did our Speedy glass is closed today. I was gonna drive by and see what they had for back glass and windshield, but I'm gonna have to do that on Monday. I am gonna go by O'Reilly's today though and see about getting some brakes, have them test the alternator. Yeah, just start slowly working. Maybe even go by Midas and see what they get for an exhaust. But anyhow, we're going to be taking off here shortly. All right, I'm getting ready to head to the tire place. We got 77412.0 on it. Let's go see how many miles we put on her today. I still need to go to O'Reilly's and get the light bulbs and everything. We'll just use hand signals for now. Anyhow, here we go, folks. There she is, sitting spot 10. Getting ready for the new Coopers. Getting rid of the BF Goodriches. Well, there they are, the new shoes on Goldie. Cooper Cobras. White letters out, had to. And I was missing a lug nut on one of these, and they went ahead and threw yep, there it is. They threw a new lug nut on there for me as well. So now we're off to O'Reilly's to go get some light bulbs and check the alternator, and maybe stop by Midas and just price a exhaust too. And going down the road, I'm hearing flappies as I'm going down the road. There's a big piece up here. I think this one's really flopping in the wind. The alternator tested here at O'Reilly's. So just left O'Reilly's. His tester said that it was actually the voltage regulator, not the alternator. So got one of those to change out, and got some bulbs, change out all 6 in the rear, and 2 ambers for the front turn signals. So now we're gonna head home and work on Goldie some more. Okay, just pulled back into the house here. Got 77,425.6, so put 13.6 miles on it. Still got that gen light. But like I said previous, voltage regulator, I'm gonna work on that now. I gotta check the transmission fluid, do the light bulbs. Yeah, just gonna continue piecing together. I did stop at Midas and talk about a custom exhaust, getting the exhaust replaced, but their exhaust guy is on vacation until Tuesday. Today's Saturday, so I'll go back up there next week and see if I can get a quote. I'm gonna go ahead and check the transmission fluid, and then I'll probably back her up into the shade a little bit. I would pull it up near the garage, but it's in the sun, so I'll back it up in the shade, maybe pull it over there in the shade, and then change out. There's the voltage regulator, so go ahead and change that out and see if that fixes our charge issue. So she was a little low, so I went ahead and dumped a little in there. I'll go in and cycle her through the gears and check it again. Just another thing we're gonna have to address, see if it's the pan leaking. Who knows, it might be front pump seal leaking. I don't know, but we'll get her topped off. Okay, got her all topped off with ATF. Now I'm gonna put her over there in the shade a little bit, do the voltage regulator, and then start replacing some light bulbs. Going down the road, I think I already mentioned, but that creates some noise. And I had them keep the BF Goodrich's because I don't have a spare, so if I get a metal rim I can put one of them on and at least keep it as a spare in the trunk. So there's the new voltage regulator. I'll compare it to the one in there. It says make sure if I don't have a ground wire going from one of these bolts to the alternator, to make sure I add one to VR4 Master Pro is what the guy at O'Reilly said is the one for that car. Little no-ox ID used as a grease to keep the corrosion down. Go ahead and look at the one on the firewall and see if we got a suitable replacement. Got the AC Delco one off, F234 labeled there. That's labeled the same, F234. 4 pins there. This pin, I'm sure, is for that guy there. We got to unplug that. A little different style. This one's much heavier, but I'm going to go ahead and get this transferred over, and then I of course dropped a bolt down underneath the car. At least I think it went down underneath the car, but so I got to go dig that out. But yeah, we'll go ahead and swap that over to this. It's a little bit bigger, maybe. I don't know. Seems the same size, I guess. I looked underneath. I'm gonna pull that guy off real quick. Just transfer him on there. I looked underneath the car for that bolt, and of course I can't find it, so I don't know if it's down on top of the transmission or not, but I'll go plug this in, put one bolt on it for now. Guess it goes like that. I'll put this top bolt in that had that bolted in there, and then I'll look for that other one once I get the car moving again and out of the way. Okay, we got the new one on there. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up and see if we're getting anything different. His tester at O'Reilly's was showing about 12.5 volts at the battery, which is just like barely enough to keep it alive. He said he did see 200 amps when the starter engaged. He said that's good and right in the range. Had the headlights on for a draw, and like 12.5, which is kind of what we were showing when we were just using a multimeter across the battery. So his toolbox or testing box said that it was the voltage regulator. So I'm going to go ahead and put the tools over on the tailgate and fire her up, see if we're charging. Still had the gen light on the dashboard, but let's see what we're getting for reading now. Yeah, see, still 12.6. So not sure. Not sure. Maybe it is the alternator still. I did not install the ground from the post for the voltage regulator. So maybe I'll do that real quick. I'll just get a wire and put a couple connectors and bolt, put one right there if I got a big enough one, and then over to the regulator. So let me do that and see what we get. Actually, I just looked over and we're getting a little higher now. It's 12, was up to 12.8. I don't know what's going on there. Still think it should be like 13.5, 14 volts. So I don't have any wire here, and the roll of wire Kenny brought over last night, he took back with him. So I'll have to jumper that tomorrow. But right now I think I'm gonna get going on changing out some light bulbs. Oh, first I'm gonna back Goldie up and see if I can find that missing screw. I think it fell down and is wedged on top of the dipstick tube in the transmission, but I'll back her up here a little bit and see if maybe she's on the ground. Oh yeah, look at there. Hot dang. Well, I'll get that put in. I don't know if you'll be able to see it down in there, but I did get that other bolt screwed into the voltage regulator. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull that tail light off, start there, and then I'll move over to that tail light and get some new bulbs put in here and see how we're doing with brakes and turn signals and everything. Then I also got two amber ones for the front turn signals. 6 super long screws holding that in there. I was doing it with a screwdriver, but I went and grabbed a power tool. Much better way to do it. There's a gasket in there. I actually had this pulled off yesterday. I broke that one taking it out, so I got the bulb piece, the copper piece out, and go ahead and change that one and get that one changed, and we'll see what we got for lights. They were out of the Sylvania clear 1157, so I had to go with their cheapy knockoff Ico brand. So long as they illuminate, I don't really care. A little tip, those little nubs are not equal distance from the end of the bulb, and if you got them twisted around, no matter how hard you press that in there, it's not going to twist and lock. So you got to make sure you have the nubs in the right position. And then they twist and lock. Just simple. I won't even tell you guys how long I struggled with that. So let me go turn on some lights and see what we got. Well, we got nighttime running lights. Now let's try turn signal. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn the key. Well, she might not be blinking because the front one might be out. It does look like it's brighter. So I will have to change the front one and see if they both start working. Let me turn the lights off and see if that, yeah, that's the turn signal one. And I can confirm that because the right turn signal, oh, it actually flashes both of them. So we're gonna have to go change that front amber one out too. So we're getting somewhere. I got a dead one there. And yeah, we'll do the front one next. See if we get the turn signals back. So my gasket is loose, and when you go to put it up there, it does that. So I'm just gonna take some of my no-ox and stick it down with that, and then stick this back in. So putting a little grease on that gasket helped hold that in there. I got those back in there. I've got the screw started with this, and now I'm gonna hit them real quick with the gun. Kenny stopped by over again after work, and we're noticed I'm working, he's drinking. Well, I'm getting ready to too, but got to switch to that side, and then the one front blinker, and then we'll probably call it a night here on old Goldie. Well, I got Kenny here. We're gonna test this. Hit the brakes, brother. There's brake lights there, brake lights there. Turn those off and turn on the headlights.
And just so you know, you left the key on.
Two running lights, two running lights. Turn off the running lights and do the right blink. Is that the left blinker?
Yeah.
So we got both lights lit for the left blinker, but it's not blinking because I believe the front one's out, and there's the right blinker. So, and we know the right one's doing. Now we're gonna test the backup light. Oh, 4 ways are working.
Both of them?
Yep, all 4 lights.
Because there's only the right one blinking on the dash, and it's really fast. The left blinker on the dash don't work.
That's because the front one's not blinking right now.
Okay.
Okay, now he's gonna start it up, or
No, I just need to.
he put it in reverse. There's a reverse light, and we got a reverse light out there. So I am gonna move over there, pull that one, put the reverse light in, and then move to the front.
Just so you know, brother, you left the key on.
This one's a lot nastier than that other one was. And this one, the gasket stayed up in the housing, so I'll probably just leave that there. There's the piece of broken plastic. Maybe I can, I don't know, probably not. But those are good. And I'll have 2 spares left. So this is the one. There we go. And they have a bunch of no-ox on it, which is good because none of them were hard to come out. So grab that one there, Kenny. Man, like I pointed out, one little teat is higher than the other. You gotta make sure.
I'm surprised those are not 1156s.
No, 1157s unless
Because usually just the reverse light is just one filament, and it's the 1156. Usually.
I didn't look at the backup lights to be honest, but it is a double filament, so we're going with those. Anyhow, gonna clean this up a little bit and put this back on. But real quick, you want to go test the backup light for me? It's got a lot of crud. there it is. Backup light works. Shoot, one more to go up front, and Goldie's gonna have all her running lights. Turn signals, blinkers. I won't have to be doing the every which way you can or any which way but loose trick anymore. That's what I did today while out running around. So I cleaned this up a little bit, and I put a piece of clear tape across this. It's gonna last about one good rain, but I figured, you know, make the attempt to try to keep a little water intrusion down.
Room for bendy.
Kenny had that wire still in his work truck, so he's gonna go ahead and, like that regulator said, he's just gonna jump her to the ground post at the back of the alternator over to one of the mounting posts on the regulator. So he's gonna build that. We got a couple, that's 10 gauge wire. We got a couple connectors there. So he's gonna go ahead and work on that while I do the amber light. And he pointed out that this one I'm gonna have to lay down and reach up underneath
And pull the back socket out.
and pull the back socket out because there's no screws on the front of it. Kenny was just using my strippers there, and I got the Klein tool where it grabs, squeezes, and then it pulls apart to do the strip. Does everything all in one motion. And he goes, man, it's really good when you got a good tool.
Good quality tool.
Good quality tool.
Because I have a set of those. They pull the casing more than they do strip it off.
Right. But then, you know, I gave them the cheap knockoff
Crimpers.
to crimp those when I do have a nice set of Klein crimpers in the same drawer that both of those came from. So, you know, good quality tool, then followed up with a crimper, a junk crimper. But hey, you know what? It works. Okay, there's the twist connector. Now the trick's gonna be to actually see if it'll twist out. Oh yeah, popped right out. And there is a very old, sorry, focus, old yellow bulb. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that out real quick, but I need another hand. Got the new bulb twisted in there. Now I'm gonna go energize the turn signal and see if we got blinky. So the light illuminated, but no blinky. So I need to figure out where the blinker relay is next. It's probably up underneath by the fuse panel. So go ahead and get that stuck up in there. At least the light's coming on. One more thing. So I got 2 clears and 1 amber left. I'm gonna throw those in the glove box. Good place for them.
So now we'll have to...
Kenny got that ran, so now we just need to fire it up and grab the multimeter and see if it changes how the alternator is charging. And maybe I can reach up underneath there and get the clicky clack off the starter. I don't know, it took me everything to get it on. I might have to wait until I lift the front end up for something, but it's just laying down in here next to the battery.
Hope it's not melting.
Well, shoot, we can just splice it back together if it does.
Yeah.
I do need to figure out some type of tie down and maybe put a couple screws if we can in those.
License
Just
please.
actually kind of make that battery box a little bit better. Let's not go overboard though. So I went ahead and put the 4-ways in. Now we get indicator up here, but look, they're fast. And Kenny says that that's the blinker relay, that round silver disc right there. We know, at least I think that's the blinker relay. I gotta check the wiring diagram. I'll do that tomorrow. But I don't know, because the right blinkers work, the 4-ways kind of work. He says they're flashing really fast up front. So it's not like they're separate. It's not like they're separate relays. And that one is a little dimmer. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a ground issue up there. I don't know. We got a little bit to check out, but we do have 4 ways all around. We just don't have left turn signals. They illuminate, they just don't blink. So Kenny's gonna fire it up. We got this ground, and I'll check the charging, but I did use that old resistor, so I don't know if we have the problem. This is the voltage regulator. I believe that's a little resistor, so who knows? Maybe that's bad, but all right, Ken, go ahead and fire it up. Fires right up. What's that? Kenny just said the light's still on, and we're only getting 12.3 now. Going up a little bit. I would expect to see that a little higher. All right, well, a little further troubleshooting to be had on Goldie yet, of course. All right, everybody. You guys seen new shoes on Goldie, some lights repaired. Kenny stopped over again after work.
I hooked up a wire.
Yeah, he hooked up a wire because he had the wire. Gonna pop into O'Reilly's maybe tomorrow again with her and have them test it again now. It's still not charging, but maybe it's that little resistor on the voltage regulator. But have them run their tester again and find out what it says this time. If it's the alternator now, then we'll they'll have to bring one up from Anchorage. It'll take me a day or a half a day to get it, so no big deal. But we're gonna keep plugging away at Goldie. Turn signals, you guys seen, we got to do a little troubleshooting there, but she's getting more and more. The next thing, big thing, is probably going to be
Exhaust.
Tuesday. I got to go, like I guys told you early in the video, I got to go back Tuesday and have them give me a price on the exhaust, because
She's a gas box.
It's a gas chamber. Let's
Yeah,
just
gas
say
chamber,
what
yeah.
it is. It'll you know, turn your stomach a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but if you guys liked the video,
Hit that thumbs up, comment,
subscribe. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Sorry for that sun over my right shoulder there. Or maybe it's the left shoulder. I don't know. Whatever this one is.
That'd be your left one.
I haven't figured that out. Lefty, righty, tighty, lefty, loosey, whatever.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, though, Ken, help me out. What's right back there?
Oh,
We just
our
did the
trailer.
trivia. The trailer. Our trailer has lefty, tighty, righty, loosey, lug bolts.
On the left side of the trailer.
Yeah, anyhow, sorry, I got squirreled there, guys. Apologize. But anyhow, thanks for watching. If you guys like the video, please give us a subscription. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers one more
brother.
time.
Ken.
Ray.
Two Drunk Brothers Garage.